when we and this is something to think about when we practice as well. When we get stuck in a loop, like a mistake, it's a good idea to then break things down again, because that means that there's a piece of information that is missing, right? And the brain is trying to the concept of sampling. When it comes to audio, I always think about this whenever I think of the way we perceive things, right? So if the computer or whatever you're using is recording at 44.1 kilohertz, which is standard, it means that it's effectively only extracting 44,100 samples out of whatever it's listening, capturing. Everything else is made up. You get my point? Yeah. Sometimes we sample what we're looking at. We assume to be something else, and then the brain fills in the gaps of our understanding. Yeah. So when that's the case, we got to go back to analog and be like, okay, what am I playing here? So let's do that. When do we play the bass drum? Let's just say it before we play it.
Okay, so 1,
yeah.
2, 3, and...
Correct, that's it. Just for acknowledgement. Now, when we play, we'll follow that by counting out loud. Yeah. Because do you know where the bass drums were before?
No.
The end of 2.
Ah, okay. Right, yeah.
Because we sampled. It's all good. It is what it is. And I said, especially, well, it's always interesting to use that analogy of the digital understanding of things, because it's always sampled. Doesn't matter what it is, right? You can't reduce nature to zeros and ones without losing information. And we do that in our own brains. That's why technology works that way, by the way. We tend to forget that technology didn't one day just appear. We made it that way because we get that. That's how we think. We also take only probably, 1/1,000,000th of whatever we're looking at. And that's all we understand and perceive. Everything else is white noise. It's not. It's there. Colors, for example, right? People, we know that we don't see all the colors. But all the colors that we see are all the colors that we acknowledge. We can't even name the other ones. A computer could. It could. It's the same thing with notation, and not just notation, but music, sound. Going like, how many students I have in here? I'm playing a beat, and they hear it different. Isn't that right? Isn't that wonderful? I find that fascinating in a good way. I don't care if it's wrong. I find fascinating that our perception needs so much tweaking, and that's what we need to focus on, is to align the perceptions. Deep stuff, man.
Brian Little.